And what I like to do with these is you can put it on full, but what that does sometimes is it just gives you so much here for those fish to see that sometimes they'll come up and hit the back of the swim bait. As you can see, that's a pretty big trailer. That's a little too much for the fish right now. So what I like to do when I'm putting on a bigger trailer, when the water heats up and the bluegill get going a little better, or the shad, take a real sharp pair of Cuda scissors, make one slice. So basically all I did is cut the head off the swim bait. So now I'm going to rig it exactly the same. What I like about these grass pigs is the texture is just perfect. And as you can see, I just cut this down. I'm going to bend it just a little to make sure that it's perfectly straight. Now, of course, this really don't look too bad, the black and blue with the white trailer, but realistically, I would be throwing a chartreuse shad, some kind of shad with the white trailer. Very important to make sure that the tail of the swim bait has at least an inch, inch and a half behind your bladed jig. What that's going to allow the bait to do is get the full action out of this tail. If your skirt is flooding down here around your tail, the water can't catch the tail and give it the action. So as you trim your skirt or your swim bait, make sure that you have at least an inch, inch and a half here so you get full action out of the kicker on there that's going to allow you to get more bites. So that would take care of when the water starts heating up a little bit and the fish start to move around a little bit. Once again, bladed jig, 1/2 ounce, 3/8, 3/4, doesn't matter. We talked about the smaller trailer, then we're going to move into one with a little bit bigger kick. As the water really starts to heat up and the fish want some more action, something that's got a lot of vibration, those fish are hunting, feeding, they're looking for something moving. They don't want that tight little action. They want something scattering. We're going to go to what I call one of my favorite trailers is the rocket crawl. And what I like to do is rig it the same way. What I like about the rocket crawl is it's got a really nice body to it. It's long enough. We'll slide it down the same way. We're going to slide it right up over the bladed jig. And as you can see, it's going to have these little kickers on it. And what I like about the rocket crawl is it's just long enough. And what I'll do sometimes if you don't like them kickers, we can simply pull them off. So now what this thing's going to do is have that perfect little action, which you can see the skirt and the bait have about an inch and a half there. So as this thing's coming through the water, these little kickers are just getting it the whole time, and it's creating a lot of commotion in the water. And as the water heats up, you get into your April, May, June, July, August months when those fish are not eating often, but they want something with some action. I really like the rocket crawl on here, and you can see it gives this bait the most perfect action ever. Once again, colors are key. Green pumpkin blue, black and blue, white. Look at the forage. Look at the forage in the lake and figure out the right color for the right trailer. And the way you're going to know this is when you catch that first fish. If the fish is just barely skin hooked, let's think about changing trailers. Let's think about changing colors of the bladed jig. If the fish has it down in its throat, then you know you have the right bait. That's for sure. You want to make sure that the color is matching the hatch is what I say. Remember how important it is to change your retrieve. This isn't just like a spinnerbait that you just reel in and throw it out and reel it in and throw it out. This bait is designed to do a lot of different things. And as I'm going to show you here, what I like to do is, this is all just scattered hydrilla. So I like to get that bait down in the hydrilla, and I'll kind of pop it out of there with the rod and the reel. As you can see, I'm kind of yo-yoing it. It's almost like yo-yoing the old the lipless crankbaits. It's the same way, but this thing just has something that the bass can't resist. It's a swim jig, really, with a blade on it. That's why it's called the bladed jig. But it's important if you make a cast out there, instead of just winding it back, saying, man, I can't understand why guys catch them on these chatterbaits and I throw it and I don't catch any. It might be because they're probably doing something a little different. So as you see, I'll let it flutter down, and then I got this awesome 7.3 medium heavy, so I got the perfect tip. I can feel that thing vibrating, and if it picks up junk or something like that, you know, you might just pop it out of there. But this thing, you can kind of just yo-yo it through there. It's kind of doing this as it's coming through. It's like a bait fish that's coming out of the grass and then diving back down. And what I like about it is...
And the information Bass University provides isn't your basic run-of-the-mill fishing video. This is specific information from A to Z to help you learn, get to the water, and become a better angler quickly.